Hello YouTubers, this is Alaska Prepper. Hey, I thought I'd do a real quick video to show you all how you can eat for 14 days for less than $22. Now, when I say eat for 14 days for less than $22, I'm talking about the bare essentials, and we're obviously talking about prepping here. Okay? If you go back to some of my videos, I show you how you can preserve long-term storage food by using a bucket with a Mylar bag and an oxygen absorber, okay, and putting your long-term storage foods in there, mainly dry foods. Now, the reason I'm making this video, this is just going to be a short video, is because I was talking to someone at work, asking them if they had food insurance, and they looked at me like I was crazy, wondering what food insurance is. So I asked them some simple questions. I asked them, do you have insurance for your vehicle? And they said yes. And I said, why? And they said, well, in case something happens to my vehicle so that it can be repaired. I said, very good. I said, do you have health insurance? They said yes. I asked them why. They said, well, in case we get sick, someone in my family gets sick, we can afford to pay for medical services. And then I asked them, then why don't you have food insurance? And they asked me, what is food insurance? Well, you probably all know this, but just in case you don't, and that's what this video is aimed at, is letting people that don't know this kind of stuff at least wake up to the fact that there may be a day when they need food insurance. And what's food insurance? Well, it's food that you store, or food that is storable for long periods of time without going bad, that you can put away for a rainy day. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be for some catastrophic event like an earthquake or a hurricane or an SHTF or a world without rule of law or anything like that. It could be as simple as, hey, you lost your job. And now you have to be able to keep the lights on, keep the heat on. And if you have some food stored that you put away a while ago, you can actually fall back and eat some of that food and have one less expense that you would have otherwise had. And guess what? The food that you buy today is probably going to be a lot more expensive next year or the year after. So if you can put away some food that is storable for many years, it's guaranteed that when you eventually use that food, it will be a lot more expensive at that time than what it was when you actually packed it. Now, what I have here is a 15-pound bag of rice. I have 3 pounds of beans, and I have a pound of salt. I have a plastic bucket that you can get from a hardware store, a lid, and a Mylar bag. I have an oxygen absorber, but I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet because I don't want it to be activated until I'm ready to put it in there and seal it. So this bag of rice, 15 pounds of rice, costs $9 or $8.99. These 3 bags of beans cost less than $4. They were about $1.19 a piece. This 1 pound of salt cost about $1. I think it was about $1.09. The bucket and the lid cost about $6 combined. The Mylar bag and the oxygen absorber that you can get at Amazon cost about $2. When you add all of this up, you're looking at a total of $22. Now, if you don't have a plan for food storage, it's as easy as spending $22 every 2 weeks, and you would be able to store up 4 weeks worth of food every month. Every month, you can store up 2 of these buckets, and that will provide you with 4 weeks worth of food. The total calories in what you see here is 27,630 calories. All right? If you take that and divide it by 14, you come up with 1,973 calories a day. Now, is this good eating? Yeah, if you like rice and beans, you know, and you might get tired of eating rice and beans all the time, but you can always supplement other things. Like instead of putting 15 pounds of rice away this week, you can put away 15 pounds of pasta if you see pasta on sale. And instead of getting the beans, you could probably get spaghetti sauce mixes that are dry, that come in powder form, and that all you have to do is add water to it. And you should always add a little bit of salt in there. A pound of salt, You probably wouldn't use that in 2 weeks, but it's always nice to have salt. You can use salt for a lot of different things. Now, if you get one of these every 2 weeks, and the reason I'm saying every 2 weeks is because I get paid every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks when I get paid, I buy what you see right here and I put it away. Okay? And then when you feel comfortable that you've got enough food stored away for you and your family, you may feel like storing away some food for charity to give away to your friends and neighbors, if in case they ever may need it. Okay? You put this away and you will be able to keep your family from starving if times ever get really rough. Okay? That's all I have for this video. Just remember that the worst thing in the world for a father or a mother is to see their child hungry and not be able to give them food. Put yourself in that situation, close your eyes, and think, what would you do if your child was hungry and you had absolutely no food or no way of getting food? Because instead of spending $22 every 2 weeks, you went to the movies, or you ordered a pizza, or whatever, or you spend that on something that you really don't need. This here is insurance. This is guaranteed nutrition, all right, for you and your family in the case if times ever get tough. Okay, so just think about that and think about what a small price, $22 every 2 weeks, is to spend on having peace of mind and knowing that you will always have something set aside to feed your family if the time ever comes when you need to feed them. And guess what? The best and the worst case scenario at the same time is that this right here will last you 20, 30, 35 years without going bad if you package it properly. And like I said, if you go to one of my previous videos, I show you how to package this and how to seal the Mylar bag. Worst and best case scenario is, and what I mean by worst case scenario is that you'll actually have to use this before it goes bad. But the best case scenario is that you'll actually have to use this before it goes bad because nothing ever happened where it made you use it. Nothing bad ever happens that makes you have to use it. You're only going to use it because you want to make sure it doesn't go bad in 30 years. But think about it. This will last 30 years without going bad if you seal it properly. Like I said, take a look at my other videos. I show you how to seal the Mylar bag and put everything in there. It's extremely easy. Anybody can do it. In 1 year, if you get some of this every 2 weeks, if you get this little setup right here every 2 weeks for 1 year, you'll have 26 containers. And each container will be good for 2 weeks for one person. So you do the math. That's a lot of food for a very small amount of money. Okay, well, like I said, this was going to be a short video. I'm going to be posting another video next week on my 4th B of the 5 Bs of prepping. So stay tuned. You all have a good night. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.